Hey guys, so if you couldn't tell by the title, this is a current household update, not the household that I played before. Obviously, I'm still playing with them, I can't abandon them, I love Summer way too much, but you're allowed to have more than one current household because, sometimes doing Let's Plays drives you crazy, and sometimes you want to play off camera and not be bothered. But hey, the difference with this household is that I don't have a Tumblr, and I don't have anything where you can check updates. It's completely private by myself, and the only way you're gonna get updates is if you watch these videos. So hey, I think we're doing a legacy challenge. I'm actually not sure what it is because you guys recognize this girl. She was from my most recent, my only Cass up like CC video. She's showing off a little bit of the genetics I have and things like that. But hey, yeah, she's the sim that I used, the base that I made for that, and I think she's very pretty. So I made her a husband, and I put them in Windenburg, and now they're partying. I mean, not partying, they have 3 kids, but hey, you know what I mean. So anyway, we have a lot of crazy drama to explain, especially with this girl. I'm gonna switch over to her sister very quickly. But hey, so I made these 2 Sims, and I'm just gonna let them bowl a little bit. I made these 2 Sims. So you see this girl here? Hazel Vanderbilt? Yeah, she's the girl from the CC video that I finally named and stuff. Oh my god, she's such a dork. Oh my god. And this is her husband. Her husband is named Thomas Vanderbilt. I have no idea if Vanderbilt is his last name. Oh, poor Lucy. Oh yeah, okay. Okay, if you guys didn't know, this girl was like adopted by some weird grandma and the grandma died, now she's being adopted. That's so sad. This is so sad. Who is gamed? I have no idea, whatever. Anyway, as I was saying, this is her husband. Her husband is named Thomas, and Thomas is her husband, obviously. I don't know if Vanderbilt is her last name or his last name. I just thought Vanderbilt was a good last name, so that's just what I gave them. But we have some very interesting backstory drama here, that associates with the Simsy save. I'm not going to click on her because you guys are going to be like, oh my god, what the hell? We'll explain this in a minute. So let's go to the family tree. Let's zoom in on her too because it's going to be a big shock to you. And if you guys are hardcore Simsy save people, you might recognize her. But if you don't, that's totally fine because she's unrecognizable at this point. Okay, so we're going to go to the family tree. Oh, sorry about that. And I am going to show you this. So you guys see this right here? So Hazel, she was born to a very young woman, kind of a gold digger, very snobby and not the nicest person to be around. If you guys couldn't guess, it's Deborah DeSnoot. Deborah DeSnoot had her after a one-night stand with this guy who, oh, okay, Lee Vanderbilt. So I guess Vanderbilt is Hazel's last name then. And he was killed by a cow plant when she was a young adult, like 18. So things like that. And she never knew her mother. Her mother left her when she was very little, essentially because her dad did not have what she wanted. Deborah has a very expensive lifestyle, if you guys couldn't tell. So she left her dad because he had no money, and it was just them for a very long time, and then she only found out recently who her mother was. And you guys see this girl right here? I just you guys might be wondering, Delilah DeSnoot snapped, and I'll explain it in a minute why she snapped, because that's where the crazy drama gets in, but there's already crazy drama. So Hazel found out who her mother was, Miss good old Deborah DeSnoot. And Deborah married this rich guy, obviously. Derek? Yeah, Derek DeSnoot, who honestly is not a bad person. Like, if you look at his traits, he's not a bad dude. He just kind of goes with the flow, and he just kind of lets life take him, which isn't a bad thing. It's his wife that's the awful person. So they had 2 kids, which are Hazel's half-siblings, Delilah, and who is this? Daniel? Daniel's pretty nice. See, listen, the boys in this household are valid. But good old Delilah is kind of a rat. She's a little bit of a mess, but she has a redemption arc, and I'll explain that in a minute. But yeah, Deborah abandoned Hazel and married this rich guy and had 2 new kids and just pretended that Hazel didn't exist until Hazel came back into her life. Now, if you guys look at the thingy right here, she is very close. She's not supposed to be super close with her mother, but apparently they're getting along for some reason, even though Hazel's a very good person and Deborah is not. But hey, it's fine. Hazel also has a best friend named Izumi. And Izumi right here, she's married and has a son. And I'll show you her kids in a minute. She's also friends with her sister. Now, good old Miss Delilah DeSnoot. Why in the world did she cut off? Okay, that was evidence right there. Why in the world she cut off her hair, dye it crazy colors, and stop taking care of her face and start wearing all black? Well, the easiest way to explain this is that she was part of a very popular group, okay? She was part of the most popular girls in school. You know, she had everything. All the girls wanted to be her and all the boys wanted to date her. Well, then she was having a good time in high school, you know, being a snob, turning into her mother, all that jazz. Then she met Maggie Robinson. She's always sort of known who Maggie was because Maggie was her neighbor. She's seen her around. She hasn't really interacted with her, but secretly, deep down, Delilah had a humongous crush on Maggie. And even though they never spoke to each other, Delilah never really bothered her. You know, Delilah bullied a lot of people. Like, she had a lot of targets. She had a lot of people she ruined lives in high school, you know, made their lives miserable, socially ostracized a couple of her friends, if you guys want to go there. But she never hurt Maggie. And she thought it was because she was jealous of her. She thought that she was jealous of Maggie maybe because she had like red hair or she was cool or something. She didn't know why, but she thought she was jealous of Maggie for some unknown, unspecified reason. When in reality, she liked her to the point where she couldn't physically bully her, if that makes sense. So, you know, Maggie noticed that Delilah acts really weird around her, and she's like, hey, I'm new. Maybe I should talk to her. Maybe she's not as bad as everyone says. So Maggie actually approached Delilah, and Delilah was like, ew, get away from me, loser. And Maggie was like, whoa there, why are you acting like this? I didn't even do anything. And Delilah, for the first time in her life, felt guilty. So she talks to Maggie and apologizes for her attitude and says, you know, I think you're really pretty. I think we should be friends. And they actually became friends. And it wasn't like fake friendships. It wasn't like the fake friends she had in high school with her crazy little group. Oh my god, what's wrong with my toddler? He's hungry. Well, good thing you're home with your father and he's giving you a lot of attention and all that stuff. You're perfectly fine. You're in an excellent mood, actually, little Mr. Boy. Oh my gosh. I forget to breathe when I record these videos. But anyway, Delilah became very good friends with Maggie, and Maggie also started to like Delilah. And, you know, they started dating in secret. Because, you know, I mean, I don't know if Delilah was raised by homophobic people because it doesn't really make sense with the way the story goes because she dated Maggie. And, you know, I think she was afraid that people would dislike her because, one, she was dating a girl, and one, two, she was in denial that she was actually dating her. So, you know, I'm trying to explain this the best I can, but I'm not really sure how to say it. She was afraid that people would judge her because she was dating Maggie. Because, you know, Maggie isn't the most well-liked. She kind of keeps to herself. She's kind of a loser. You know, she's goofy, obviously, but she doesn't really have a lot of friends and things like that. And she felt like it would ruin her reputation if people found out she was dating Maggie, which is obviously not a good thing. You know, I mean, eventually Maggie was like, hey, why are you so afraid of people knowing that we're dating? Like, come on. And, you know, Delilah was apologizing. She's like, I'm sorry. I'm really afraid. I don't want people to be mean to me because you know, she's kind of afraid of the people who bullied her to slap back on her. And, you know, her position of power in the school is extremely fragile. You know, she could easily be taken over by one of her friends and dropped out and targeted, things like that. So she's afraid. Like, she's straight up afraid that if they find out about this, they'll blackmail her. And that's what happened. And, it was the worst case scenario. And I think Delilah does love Maggie. I think they do care about each other. But Delilah was never raised with the best morals. Her female mother figure is not the best person, so her morals are probably not the greatest. And that's why she still thought about her reputation even when she was genuinely in love with Maggie. Now, Luna Vanderbilt, not Vanderbilt, oh my god, no, ew, 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 ew. Luna Villarreal found out that Delilah was dating Maggie. And I don't know if she actually dislikes gay people or if she just wanted to take over Delilah's position. But whatever the case, she blackmailed her. Well, no, she didn't say that she was dating Maggie because she doesn't really have any hard feelings against Maggie because Maggie is a non-threat. She's one of those girls where she doesn't really affect the hierarchy of popularity. So she was not threatened by Maggie, but she was. What's wrong with you? Oh, you're sore. Ugh. Well, okay, how about you guys should stop bowling? So why don't you guys just sit down? She was not threatened by Maggie, but she was threatened by Delilah. So Delilah was targeted, and basically what happened is Luna spread these rumors that Delilah was a dirty slut and she slept around a lot and she took like these gross awful pictures and that she was, like this really crazy prostitute essentially. And everyone turned against her. They all like disliked her because, she wasn't pure enough, I guess. And Delilah knew the real reason why Luna attacked her. And she became extremely depressed. She stopped hanging around Maggie, and Maggie didn't know why. I mean, she knew that she wasn't in the friend group anymore, but she had no idea that it was because, she found out that she was dating her. And when Delilah eventually told, Maggie what happened, Maggie said, okay, we should probably call it quits for a little while. I mean, we can date eventually, but we should just avoid each other for a little bit just for the sake of our safety. And what happened was after her parents, Deborah and Derek, found out that she was being bullied like this, they went to go send her. They sent her to go live with Hazel, who lives in Windenburg. Now, let's just pretend that there's individual schools for each world, even though that technically isn't it. Delilah lives with Hazel now. And, she's kind of just chilling for the summer. It's summer right now, so she doesn't go to school, and that makes sense. So she's just she's with her sister. And I think that's evidence that her parents, despite, all their flaws and stuff, they aren't homophobic, which makes them a little bit more redeemable than a lot of people make them out to be. So they sent her for her safety to go stay with her sister. And Delilah is extremely depressed. She kind of lost her personality and she snapped. She cut off all her hair, she bought cheap hair dye and put it everywhere, and she stopped taking care of her face, she stopped wearing makeup, and she's not herself. I mean, right now she looks fine, but she's not fine in reality, if that makes sense. Like she has temporary spurts of happiness, but I have a feeling she has never actually been happy in her life. Like she's never felt true happiness and she still isn't feeling it. And, Hazel is trying to connect with her sister, so she's taking her bowling and doing all this stuff. And she's also trying to make her feel better. She's trying to make her feel safe again. And, as Delilah hasn't felt like that in a very long time. So she's avoiding school and she's avoiding Maggie, even though she loves her a lot. And that's pretty much all the drama that's been caught up. But yeah, Delilah has snapped, and she's really depressed, and she is honestly, realizing some things about herself that she doesn't like. I should probably go home now. It's like really late, so we're gonna go home, and Delilah is gonna go to bed. Maybe another reason the Villarreals don't like us is because we kicked them out off their lot, and that's why they're targeting her. Because look, this is where the Villarreals lived. But hey, not anymore. So we're gonna take where's our sister? Where is she? Oh, I feel so bad for Maggie. This poor Maggie, like she knows I mean, I feel like Maggie is like safe in this scenario because she's not known by anyone and therefore she's like not gonna be targeted. But she feels really bad for, Delilah because I feel like she does love Delilah and this just whole awful situation is making everything worse and I I wonder why I like to make my Sims suffer. You know, I just look at myself in the mirror sometimes and I'm like, why do you make your character suffer? Oh my god, why is it? Why can't I? Oh, thank god. Okay, I thought there was like a vampire or something. But hey, here's our house. This over here is the bathroom, if you couldn't tell. I mean, there's some people just chilling in there. Hey, there's the kids. Oh, this is one of our kids. I'll introduce her in a minute. We could go and create a sim. We could look at all the outfits and stuff. But hey, we have like a kitchen over here, a living room. We have an upstairs as well. This is Hazel and her husband's room. There's a pile of trash. Oh my god, you. Why do you have trash in your room? That's absolutely disgusting. Okay, but then we also, this room over here, it was the girls' room when they were littles, you know, they could be closer to their parents. But when Delilah moved in, all the kids moved upstairs and Delilah took this room. So as you can tell, it is extremely edgy and very dark looking. Also, listen, if you look at Delilah's traits, she's a bit of a snob, but she's not that bad of a person, you know? Like, she likes art and she wants to be an artist, and I think that's very kind of pure, if that makes sense. So she does a lot of painting still. It's like one of her coping mechanisms. And you know that, yeah, her room is kind of dark and edgy, and I have a feeling like as she gets out of her depressive state and her old personality, you know, the good parts, not the bad parts, start coming back, it'll become brighter and more colorful and not as gloomy, if that makes sense. So yeah, this is the whole downstairs, and upstairs we have the bedrooms. We have a this used to be like a home gym, but I turned it into a room for the youngest over here. I'll show you guys in cast in a minute. And then this is the girls' room over here, and then we have another bathroom. We're gonna have another baby as well. Yeah, we're gonna have another baby soon. Like, I don't know when, but we are. So, you know, we'll just like deal with that as it comes. I think the baby could probably just sleep in his room. I don't want to tell you his name because I want to show you guys in cast. And I think after I show you guys all the stuff in cast, we can end the episode. We end the current household thing because that's what current households are. It's like an update on like drama and like the stories and stuff. And listen, also, I want to say one thing. If you don't like the Disnoots, that's totally understandable because they're just a whole bunch of stupid snobs, essentially, that live in Umbridge Manor, and Umbridge is a super snobby mansion name. So if you don't like them, that's 100% understandable, but you can't stop me from making a story with them and validating the reason why Delilah is such a bitch. Okay, so here we go. We have Delilah. She is in her, I think this is her hot weather wear. Yes, it is. This is her everyday wear. She's wearing a lot of sweaters and dark colors, things like that. You know, I think I might give her a beanie, you know, because beanies are edgy and all the edgy kids wear beanies. So, you know, we're going to give her that. Let's see if we can. I was also really half tempted for her to like shave off all her hair, but I was like, nah, she's not gonna do that. She would never do that. Delilah? No, never. What is this? Does it work? Oh, it does not work. Okay, never mind, never mind. You. Okay, go back. Go back. And we're gonna switch it to this. There we go. So there's Delilah being edgy. We also have this right here. This is her formal wear. Her hair is honestly, it's a mess, but you know what? It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. She's never gonna wear it anyway. She's too depressed to get out of bed a lot of the time. It's honestly same. But you know what, Delilah, you need to recover because you know I'm starting to really care about you, and you don't deserve this bullying and this awful, gross crap. So you know you need to heal. I will heal you, okay? And you get to live happily ever after with Maggie. Oh my god. This episode is current household, oh my god, is a train wreck. But hey, we have her sleepwear, an edgy band t-shirt. I don't know what that says, but it's probably like Metallica or something, because you know that's like edgy music. Music? Ooh. Okay, and we have this right here, which is honestly fairly fashionable. Like, I feel like she probably saw this like jacket on Etsy, was like, dang, I like this, so I'm gonna wear it. So yeah, there we go. She's wearing that, looking edgy, looking great. And we have her swimwear, which is also black, a little more girly, which I guess maybe is, you know, maybe her girliness never faded. So she still has the same swimsuit she had before. Hot weather wear, you guys already saw, but I'm just going to show you again. And her cold weather wear looks like this. Wow, okay. So Delilah DeSnoot, she's sort of becoming the main character, and I don't know why, because, it was supposed to be Hazel, but now it's just random Sims that she's apparently related to. This is her hot weather wear as well. I mean, I think it is. Yes, it is. I'll just show you her outerwear. Looks like that. Very adorable. Party wear looks like this. I think it's super cute. Also, do you guys see the little mark right there? I was thinking of giving Delilah the same thing, and she just covered it up in foundation because she was embarrassed about it. But now, I feel like they should have the same thing because, it just proves that they're related. And I think it would be really cute, and they could bond over that. And then we have her sleepwear right here. We have this, which is just her athletic wear, stuff like that. And we have her formal wear. Oh my god, I nearly forgot what it was. Her formal wear, honestly, I just realized she's a very shapely person. You can, anything, I think it's because of her boobs. Her boobs are just gigantic, and it kind of, makes her look more curvaceous. I have no idea how to say that. But anyway, she looks like that. And finally, we have her everyday wear, which it's very youthful, I realize. It's not very mom-like, but hey, this is what she wore in the cast video, so, I don't know if I want to get rid of it yet. I'll probably give her a new outfit off camera. Whew, okay, I have to remember to breathe. Again. Okay, so we have Thomas Vanderbilt. Thomas is her husband, and, ignore that. Listen, so the gender settings? How you can edit, the gender and stuff of your Sims? So basically, how when female Sims get pregnant, and they stop aging for some stupid reason? I mean, I guess it's, a precaution that people put in the game so they don't, age up when they're pregnant, because I don't know if maybe there's, a weird glitch with, kids or something, but they don't age when they're pregnant, and the husbands or their partners or whatever, the other parent does. And then he ended up being significantly older than her after they had the kids. I mean, he had an alien child, and they were okay, I'll explain this in a minute. He had an alien child, but he was still significantly older than Hazel, and I didn't like that. So I was like, hey, why don't they have a fourth kid? Except they switch places in the gender settings. It's it's cheating, I know, because realistically it wouldn't work like that, because obviously they're both biologically male and female technically, but I was like, hey, I want them to be the same age because they were made at the same age, so it would make sense if they stayed the same age. So I switched the genders around. I switched the gender settings around so that he would get pregnant and she wouldn't, and so that he would stop aging and she could catch up to him, if that makes sense. So there's that. That's why he has a little buddy right here. I think it's a girl. I have no idea. But you guys can yell at me in the comments. Honestly, it doesn't matter. It's just a game. Just let me figure out my problems myself. So yeah, hey, look, Thomas is rocking some of the new genetics that I got in that video, and he is really handsome. I think he is a very, very handsome man. He also has a new beard too, and he has this cool hair as well. He is very good looking. I'm just saying. And then they have their daughter. So this is Ayla Vanderbilt. Ayla is a very outdoorsy girl. She loves the outdoors. She loves playing outside. I feel like when she's older, she's going to go to Granite Falls and, become a nature enthusiast, if that makes sense. And I just, look at her. She's so cute. I love her hair, and I think she's so adorable, she's a perfect blend of her parents. And this girl right here, Jupiter Vanderbilt. So what happened was, on the day that Hazel got pregnant with Ayla, good old Mr. Buddy Boy over here, Thomas, got abducted by an alien, and he got pregnant with an alien baby, and so they were born on the same day, but they're half-sisters, if that makes sense. So we call them the twins just to make things easier, but they're technically half-sisters because the dad obviously carried Jupiter, and, Ayla was carried by her mother. But we just call them the twins because they're literally they're the same age. But anyway, yeah, that's it. And finally, we have Frank Vanderbilt. He's my heir. He is my, honest to God, he is my heir. I love him. He is the best. He has his mom's eyes, and he's so cute. Listen, if you guys know my channel, I like to go in patterns. I like to have a male-female pattern when I play with legacies, when I play with families. So if I'm playing with a family and I want to continue playing with them, I'll always choose the opposite gender to be the heir, if that makes sense. So we have Frank here, and he's going to be the heir because I like having the pattern, and that means his daughter is going to be the heir, and then her son's going to be the heir, yada, 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 continuing. But hey, that's how I play The Sims, and, things like that. Oh my god, okay. I keep forgetting to breathe. This is really bad. But anyway, yeah, Frank. Frank is adorable, and I love him, and he's so cute when he grows up. I love Frank. He's adorable, okay? And Frank is a good name. Actually, I think his name is Franklin. But they just call him Frank because Franklin Vanderbilt is a little more, it flows better than Frank Vanderbilt, if that makes sense. So here we go. We got little Frank in his little outfit. He's so cute. Look at him. I love him so much. He's gonna have beautiful children. Like, I'm just saying. I know I know who he's gonna marry, and I know who his kids are gonna be, and they're beautiful. So, it's perfect. Hey, look at him. He's adorable. Look at him. I love my boy. Okay, listen, the flannel is cute, but it's not very formal, but I'll deal with that later. Actually, I'll just deal with it right now. There we go. It's fixed. Okay. So, I introduce you to all my Sims and the crazy, awful, and terrible drama that Delilah is going through. I promise she's going to heal, and I promise she's going to have a happily ever after. It's just that sometimes the real world sucks, and we have to accept it, even though this is not the real world. But hey, it's a real-ish scenario. Anyway, oh, I didn't even show you Hazel's traits. I was going to end this video. Oh my god. Hazel is hot-headed, family-oriented, and a bookworm. She wants to have a big, happy family, but I can't complete the aspiration realistically because, she doesn't have any grandkids, and you need grandkids to complete the aspiration. So I made her a best-selling author for now, and when she completes that, or when her kids are old enough to have kids, I'll switch it back to big, happy family. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't know what else to talk about. I mean, I could probably show you their careers and stuff. Obviously Hazel writes books. Thomas is a tech guru. The kids are in school. She's depressed. But hey, we all know that. And I don't know what else to talk about, really. So hey, I think this is a good time to end the episode. As you guys all know, we don't do proper intros or outros on this channel, so I will see you at a time unspecified.